A tiger is still on the loose in Johannesburg tonight. A national police tracking team has apparently now joined the hunt for her. Sheebah escaped from an enclosure in Walkerville, south of Johannesburg last week. The 8-year-old female tiger attacked a man and killed a dog and a deer that were nearby. For more on the behavior of tigers, we're joined by Justin Fernandes, who is the Jugomaro Predator Park owner. Good evening to you, Justin, and welcome. Before we get into the protocol around searching for an animal such as this one, perhaps let's just talk about, if she was domesticated, what her demeanor or her temperament might be now that she's out of her familiar surroundings and has already attacked, both a human and an animal.
Good evening, everyone. Like I say, it's a very difficult situation. Each cat gets brought up in different situations, different ways of life. But like I say, with big cats like this, they don't really walk around that much out in the heat. So they only get more active at night. And like I say, we don't know when last she ate or what type of temperament he is, but because of her attacking other animals and people already, it is becoming a bit dangerous. But hopefully they can get her back and track her and get her back home safely.
Well, let's talk about the tracking initiative. What special protocols should authorities enact when tracking down tigers? Because I'm recalling the escape of Panjo, the tiger, in 2010. I believe yes. you were connected and involved in that, and he was ultimately found.
Yes. Okay. Well, he was found 4 days and 3 nights later, and it was a successful story. But yet again, we did have over 15 helicopters up in the air looking for this cat. We had a sniffer dog that got flown out of the Kruger National Park that tracks tigers, lions out in the wild to help us with this whole situation. Thermal image cameras that also got pulled in. So it was a big, expensive tracking thing. But like I say, it's something that we'll have to just wait until she rears her head. But like I say, at the end of the day, what actually found this cat was actually the sniffer dog that got brought in. So that was trained to track big lions and big predators out in the wild.
It stands to reason that ordinary civilians and residents should not approach, her when she is spotted or seen, that they should keep their distance and let authorities know. Some people may not heed this advice and think, they can outwit a creature such as this. Just share with us what the general public should do should they encounter her.
Okay, if they do encounter a big cat like this, worst thing that you can do is scream and run away, because basically they see anything with a high-pitched voice as an animal in distress, which is easy prey for them, and basically running gives them a sense of enticement for adrenaline to kick in and chase and catch. So do not run, do not scream, try and keep eye contact with the cat and try and contact the necessary people as soon as it is spotted, and just don't do any big sudden movements and try and get up close to the cat.
All right, so let's break it down even further. Because as you say, she would, and these types of cats would typically hunt at night. A human being encountering a cat like this would probably initially want to flee. If you see it, what should you do? Stay completely still? Should you crouch? What are the types of sort of detailed behavior one should enact?
Okay, details with things like this. Don't try and make yourself any smaller, because even I think a lot of South Africans have been to predator parks, and the first thing that big cats always look for is the kids in the group. So the smaller the person is, the quicker it's going to go for that smaller object or smaller animal or whatever. So it is an apex predator, so it must please be respected as that. And like I say, just try and keep calm. It is a cat that has been brought up in a residential area, so it has gotten used to probably a few people around, in and around, coming to visit it and things like that. But like I say, it's a very difficult situation. We don't know if she's been hurt, if she's gone out already, if someone's tried to hurt her, shoot her. try and get rid of her, or if she got hurt with attacking the person and the deer and that. So it's a very difficult situation to know what this animal is still capable of and when last it ate. So, yeah, best thing is just stay calm, phone your local authorities as quickly as possible, because they don't do a lot of traveling as well. They can do between 2 to 3 kilometers a day. They aren't very big travelers, but that is still a tiger.
Yeah. Well, you know, we know some of the problems with 10,111, but I imagine that you're also talking about contact the SPCA, and maybe people in that area then, one imagines, should try and have these numbers, given that the situation is now real. I want to quickly ask the difference between male and female big cats such as Sheebah, we know she's a female, whether they're different behavioral patterns, and what should wild animal owners keep in mind regarding their safety measures? We understand in this case the safety enclosure had been tampered with, so one assumes that there was something proper in place. But how should they be looking after big cats like this, and whether there is that difference in behavior between males and females?
Well, between male and female, I don't think there is much of a difference, because they are the world's top apex predators. So normally tigers hunt and do everything solitary. So they don't really work in groups, so they know how to work alone. And on the side of having cats like this in captivity, fences must constantly be checked. But yet again, it is difficult to know that the enclosure was compromised by an intruder or something like that, as I heard. But there should be alarms with fences and everything on. As soon as that fence was cut, it should have been having an alarm system on it to notify the owner or the caretakers of the sanctuary or the park or the animal, that the animal is out, and things should be in place for that. And vets should be on standby just in case it goes out and creates any more havoc.
Just a very quick one and a very quick answer on this in terms of liability, given that people have been injured, property has been damaged because of what's happened. In your experience, could the owner face criminal action based on that?
I don't really know much about the law, but I think with the person that has been attacked, I think he is probably liable for injuries, and I don't know the technical term of it, but I don't know. He could be facing a few court cases, and anybody out there who's thinking of owning tigers, please don't. It's really not the sensible thing to do. One animal like this can destroy your whole life because of not being looked after properly and just kept in a decent, proper enclosure.
Justin Fernandes, the Jugomaro Predator Park owner, thank you very much for sharing your insights with us. We appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you, guys.